Hi everybody. Today I am going to discuss about the human digestive system part 3, and that is esophagus. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and do the comments too. So the contents today we are going to discuss about esophagus is what is esophagus. Then we will see the diagram of the esophagus, which will help you to draw the picture in your forthcoming examination or so. Then we will go for a particular term, that is peristalsis, and lastly few books I have referred for you for your further study. So let's start, friends. So what is esophagus? The esophagus is a tube-like structure of the human digestive system. So it is a tube-like structure. When we will see the diagram, we will see that really it's a tube-like structure, a long tube that propagates, means move forwards the food from mouth to the stomach. So it is a pipe-like structure which propagates or moves forward the food from the mouth, which we have ingested into the mouth, up to the stomach. So it connects the mouth to the stomach. It is also known as food pipe or gullet. It is almost 25 centimeter long in adults. Esophagus is considered to be the upper part of the digestive system. Very important, please remember it, that if the question comes like this, which one is the upper part of the digestive system? So the answer will be esophagus. Food delivered from esophagus to the stomach by opening the esophageal sphincter. Esophageal sphincter we will see in the figure. It is a muscular substance which squeezes and opens to allow the food to get entered into the stomach. It is made up of smooth muscle. By the process of peristalsis, esophagus propagates food towards stomach. Esophagus helps in swallowing of food. That means when we eat some food, in the mouth it is chewed, it is mixed with the salivary gland secretions, and then we have to swallow it in order to digest it. So this swallowing process is very much helped by the esophagus. So friends, you can see that this is the structure of the esophagus, or you can see the location of the esophagus. So this is the mouth, that is the first part we have gone through in our previous video, and this is the long tube-like structure which is considered as esophagus, and this esophagus ends into the stomach, and this particular part, this particular region where it squeezes, here situates the sphincter, which is called the esophageal sphincter, and this esophageal sphincter actually allows the food to propagate from mouth all through the esophagus into the stomach. So let me mark it. Here is the esophageal sphincter, this one. This one is esophageal sphincter. Now, what is peristalsis? It is the most important property considered to be of the esophagus. It's also called the peristaltic movement. The peristaltic movement refers to the contraction and relaxation of the food in the esophagus. This movement helps the food to be forced down into the stomach. So, due to this process of peristalsis or peristaltic movement, the food actually propagates from the mouth all through the esophagus into the stomach for further digestion. This movement is involuntary. Now we know that there are two types of movements present in the physiology. One is voluntary movement, another one is involuntary movement. Now this voluntary movement means which we can control by our own wish, like the movement of the tongue. Whenever we wish, we can move the tongue, but whenever we wish, we cannot move our esophagus for the peristaltic movement. So this movement is called involuntary in nature, which is not according to our will. This movement is very much needed in digestive system to propagate the food from the mouth to the stomach and also bowels down the anus. Means another important part of the important function of the peristalsis is the movement of the bowel down to the anus. If it not happens, then the feces will remain inside our body and it will do some toxicity in our body. But due to this peristaltic movement, this bowels gets out from our body through the anus. So this movement is very important when considered for the digestive system. Here you can see in the picture the peristaltic movement. Just consider this picture. You can see when food propagates down the esophagus, this is the food. This where the food is present, that particular part bulges and the nearby part squeezes. So this bulging and squeezing, again bulging and squeezing, this is the fantasy of the peristalsis. And in this way, the food from the mouth through the esophagus by the peristaltic movement, by opening the esophageal sphincter, this is esophageal sphincter, enters into the stomach. Let's see again. Food is coming down through the esophagus. This is esophageal sphincter. You can see here and in the stomach. Okay. So these are few references for your further study. So thank you very much, friends, for your present listening. And it's continued to part 4, where we are going to discuss about some other body parts, maybe stomach, maybe liver, maybe pancreas, maybe small intestine. So keep in touch. So long. Bye bye.